Hi, everybody. I am live, and it is just me again. Jay is feeling better. However, we were lack of babysitter today, so he is entertaining the little one up there. And there you go. I had volume on. How is everybody doing tonight? I see quite a few, 18 of you already waiting for me. Thank you very much. I don't have it on because as I was sitting down, I realized that Tiberius kind of had a humongous fingerprint because he's been grabbing and pulling hair. And so I'm almost ready to read the screen. So I just want to welcome everybody and thank you for joining me tonight. And now I can see we are good. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Hello, everybody who's waiting. Yeah, so today we are going to be talking about all the changes that have been happening to Poshmark. Some of them aren't new, but it all goes to like the bigger picture, kind of like an discussion on like what the future is for Poshmark and where we think it's going, where you think it's going, and just talk about it. Pineapple, hi, you are a little blurry. I'm blurry? Am I still blurry? I hope not, because I hope it's not my internet, because we have definitely been having issues with our internet, even though our internet service provider tells us that we have like the best internet. And I'm like, that's not possible if I'm always having issues with it. It isn't streaming normally. Okay. I don't know what to do about this. Turn the Wi-Fi off my phone. Un momento. Jay, turn the Wi-Fi off of your phone. Stop hogging bandwidth. Hopefully that might work. I hope you heard me. Try not to scream on this. Yeah, so still blurry. I don't know what to do about that at all without completely shutting down this live and rebooting my internet, which is obviously not what I want to do, but not too bad. It seems okay now. Okay, so I'm going to continue. If it gets really crazy, I'm going to try not to move a lot, but we can still hear you. Okay, you can hear me. We could discuss this. If it becomes really crazy and you want to just like leave, let me know, and hopefully it'll get better. Okay, so hold on Poshmark. Home is the gateway drug. So that is the latest. Now, this is not brand new news. It was probably just a couple of days ago, and I know other Poshmark YouTubers have already put it out there. Oh my goodness, they're allowing home goods. And when they first started coming up with the markets, you know, we had a few videos like, oh, new market, but it's kind of happening all the time, you know, prom market, you know, shoe market, and or kicks market, whatever, you know, and all these different markets. So I'm not going to make a video just to tell you what is right in front of your face. But yes, this is the latest one, the home goods. So this is completely different than all the other markets because the other markets were just specific type of clothing, right? You know, shoes and prom dresses and all that stuff. But this is stuff that up until they launched this market is still prohibited items. You can't sell pillow shams. You can't sell candles. You know, you can't sell home goods until they release a market. So they're completely redoing what they say you can and cannot sell. So this is kind of a bigger market for change. I hope you understand what I'm saying with that. Oh, we're clear now. Thank you. Maybe it was just our cell phones hogging the bandwidth. Yeah, we have good internet. I get so frustrated with the internet. I hate that change. Makes it look like eBay. Yeah, so I mean, I have theories. You know, they have been pushing out all these new markets. I get that it helps the shopping experience. You know, for us sellers, whatever, give or take it. But for the shopping experience, yeah, it's easier to just market and see what you want. Now with the home goods, I have a theory. Now I want us to put this out there. This is pure conjecture. Like why are they doing this? Because someone said it's like eBay. You know, there are sites that already allow pretty much everything and the kitchen sink. Even Mercari, you can sell home goods on and not just clothing. Poshmark, up until this point, was, just clothing and just accessories and makeup, wear it on your body, you're good to go. Pretty much, good rule of thumb. And now they're changing something where people have already kind of cornered that market, like eBay. eBay's been doing it since, what was it, a broken flash drive or something like that? Yeah, so a long time. So why are they doing this now? My theory is because they're looking to go public. They're looking for an IPO. I think this is going to happen sooner than later. And, I think that's going to happen. They're not a publicly traded company right now. They're not on this. And I think I might know what's going to happen sooner than later. And I think doing this is giving more people reasons to use them. I see opening the doors for Rae Dunn. So let's talk about the home stuff. Now, it's prohibited. We know this. I know this. You know this. I've told you this. Does it stop people from selling it? Absolutely not. I mean, I have seen cars for sale on Poshmark. Now, granted, how are you going to ship a car under 5 pounds? I don't think they really figured that one out when they posted a car. But yeah, I see prohibited items. Some of them are really, really prohibited. And some of them are kind of in that gray area where it's like, okay, I get that it's Kate Spade. And Kate Spade and Michael Kors and all those kind of designers, they make home goods. Most of them do. You'll find like a Kate Spade pillow or like a Michael Kors doily set for your bathroom, like, with their name on it and their design. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you could sell it because it's not clothing. So people do it anyway. And I know everyone here knows what I'm talking about, right? We've all seen prohibited items. Rae Dunn, I find Rae Dunn all the time. Now, Rae Dunn makes really lovely flamingo items, the flamingo, little flamingo dishes and like ceramics, Rae Dunn stuff. I get tempted and I'm like, oh, I have all this Posh credit and I see Rae Dunn, but I know I shouldn't buy it because you're not even supposed to buy prohibited items on Posh. And I'm not going to risk my business, just a cute flamingo mug, The audio is fine, but the vid's still a little choppy. I hope it got better because I did all I can do to fix the video without stopping it. Yeah, so I really hope, yeah. I'm just going to read the comments for like 10 seconds. See more about the Rae Dunn. It's true. So in the email about, the home goods, they were saying that Ethan Allen, Crate and Barrel, and Pottery Barn are hot brands right now. So I have no problem selling a candle or something small, but, home goods is a very wide area to go in. And some of it's going to be way over 5 pounds. It's going to be, oh, now someone's saying the audio is horrible. This internet. I don't know what to do about that. Some people are saying the video is bad, but the audio is good. And now I'm getting vice versa. Oh, I'm very upset right now. I'm trying not to show it though, but I'm very upset. I pay for the best internet and welcome to what the best gets you. Yeah. Horrible, right? So, audio is fine for me. So, okay, I have no other, if anyone else has any ideas on how I can fix the issues without me actually stopping the video and stopping the live, I am all ears and eyes. I'm definitely open for suggestions. The computer that I'm on right now is the only thing on Wi-Fi running. The Xbox is hardwired in, so that runs our TV. Everything else is offline, so it shouldn't be bad. Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna push on through. So, question to everybody here. I know a lot of us sell on multiple platforms, including eBay and Mercari, which allow home goods. Will you introduce home goods into your Poshmark closet when it becomes able? Are you going to jump on this? There is money in home goods. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying I'm anti-home goods. But who here in this chat, I cannot see how many people. Who here is actually going to do it? Of 85 of you. I might. You know, I'm not going to actually search them out. I'm not going to go sourcing for them. But I have stuff around the house. I have, you know, Christmas gifts like candles you never burn, stuff like that you be better. Someone saying probably not have hard time thrifting. See, adding in another group of things to thrift for. You know, right now you're going in and you're looking for clothes. You know what you source for, you know what your little niche is, you know what you're comfortable with. And when you go to a store, you go whoom, right to your areas and you get to work, you know. But adding in home goods, I'll tell you, you're not just going to find this awesome like planter in this awesome flower pot next to like a nice sweater. You're going to have to go to a completely different area and actually know what you're like sourcing for. Now, if you already source this stuff for eBay or from Mercari, I could see people like that are already kind of in the know about it. That will be a very simple transition for you. It's just an extra copy and paste per one site to another. Barbara says, I did home goods for years on eBay and I'm so over it. Love selling clothes, etc. They don't break or weigh too much usually. Yeah, see, home goods, you got a lot of ceramics and glass and delicate stuff that's not like a delicate silk. Like clothes, it's hard to break, you know, if proper, just put in like normal packaging. But if you're selling a mug, you know, even just like a cheap little mug, that thing can break in transit no matter what you do. You know, I can see a lot more things getting to where they're going, not in one piece. I could see that, you know, and this is someone who Barbara said she sold for hard goods for years, not just a little bit here and there, like for years, and she's over it. I find good product while looking at my typical stuff, then probably yes, especially if it's a designer brand. That's what I'm saying. So if I'm at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls and it's like yellow tag, I look around the whole store when I'm doing that. I don't just, you know, go to yellow tag for sourcing. You know, I have a life. I have to clothe myself. I have a home and a baby and husband, you know. So when I'm at like a discount store like TJ Maxx or something like that, I look all over. Not just in the clothing. So sure, if I find a yellow tag, like really like Kate Spade or Michael Kors, like name brand stuff, Ray Dunn, they have a lot of that at TJ Maxx and stuff, you know, I might consider picking it up. However, I will take into consideration fragile. Like how difficult is this going to be to ship? To fold a shirt, boom, 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 stick it in a bag, put a thank you note on it, slap a label on it. Good. Now I have to deal with like stuffing things and bulky, like, you know, you have to secure it. So I will take that into consideration. I'm definitely sure. Glass and ceramics are not allowed. See, that's good because it'll break, right? Break. Reading some more. More protective packaging will increase the weight. It might go over 5 pounds. I could see that happening. Granted, even with clothing, like shoes or boots or even a bundle, you run the risk of going over the 5 pounds. 5 pounds is generous. And I've always said this about Poshmark. I've always said this. It's very generous. 5 pounds is a lot when it's like just clothes, you know, it's a decent amount. But once you start putting bulky things in there, you're going to hit that 5 pounds pretty quickly, you know. The shipping is a totally different ball game, says Robin. The cost, the labels, and Poshmark is clothing and accessories. That's what's known about it. Exactly. They've been marketing themselves for a very long time for fashion, you know, coming fashion, fashion, fashion. Every commercial they've invested in has to do with fashion, you know, and it's been like that for so long. And granted, they're still new in the big grand scheme of things, but it's growing every single day. And now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you sell a candle, sell this, sell that. So I could see there being a little bit of confusion about, you know, what to report when some people actually get into the reporting game, you know, oh, this is illegal. And some people actually get hard up and they will start reporting left and right. And if I find something and I come across something and it's a prohibited item and I'm in someone's closet and there's multiple prohibited items, I will report the closet for having prohibited items. I'm not going to spend my time going through each individual item. You know, I have better things to do when I'm on the app. Make money, right? When I sold home goods on eBay, it was nothing packages. It was nothing just 16 pounds. Wow. See, that's heavy. And if anyone here has ever upgraded a label through Poshmark, you know, right now we're paying a little under $7 for the 5 pounds. When you upgrade a label, it gets expensive, even for like an extra pound. You know, when you go from like 5 pounds to like 8 pounds, I believe that's almost like double the price. Like it's expensive to upgrade a label, you know? So I think when they hammered out the deal with the USPS, it was like for that 5 pound label, but everything else is pretty, you know, expensive. I saw someone selling soap on a rope. I reported her. Yeah, I'm not talking about soap on a rope right now. I thought nail covers were prohibited, and now I'm seeing them all the time. Are they okay to sell? Like nail covers, like those fake nail polishes that you like put the sticker on. That I don't know what a nail cover is. You can tell. I don't know what a nail cover is. I do know they make the fake nail polishes that you put on a file that looks like a manicured nail for like 5 hours. Or like fake nails. I think the only reason why you can't sell actual nail polish, like new nail polish, because it is a cosmetic, is because it can't go up in the airplane for 2-day priority mail. It has to be shipped ground because it's combustible. That's the only reason why you can't. So if it's liquid nail polish, it might fall into the same category as like liquid versus not liquid foundation, if you know what I'm trying to say. It goes up to $20 for 10 pounds. That's crazy, right? That's like so much money. I'm just reading. Sorry, guys. It's a little difficult without Jay being here because like when I'm reading, he's talking and vice versa. If you guys are enjoying this, 85 of you, thank you. Definitely give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. If you like what we're talking about and it's getting the wheels going, awesome. Also, I want to know when markets come out. They've been coming out very frequently. Do you notice a change in activity for your closet? Because I belong to a lot of Facebook groups for Poshmark, you know, not that I own, but, you know, I'm in a bunch of different Facebook groups, and I pay attention to a lot of stations. And people saying, like, you know, whenever a market drops, they see like a huge decline in activity. And I'm like, I get that they're rewriting, you know, code because they're making new stuff on the computer and there's a whole bunch of coding that has to go into it. And I can see that somewhat affecting an algorithm briefly. I'm not a computer expert. Obviously, I'm having video issues. So obviously, I'm not a computer expert. But what do you think about that? Does anyone have any thoughts to what I'm saying about this? Like I said, this is all just conjecture. We're talking it out. This is not fact. This is not fiction. This is just us talking about what's going on up here, you know? Mari says, 41315's blog, nail wraps are allowed to be sold on Poshmark at Robin. Good. But what are nail wraps? Oh, I'm so bad. I don't know what nail wraps are. I think the newsfeed format where you can only see one item at a time in our feed has caused an effect. I actually somewhat agree with you, Barbara. It's on the computer as well. It was always like that on the cell phone because, you know, the cell phones are small, where you're in your actual feed, you see one picture at a time and you scroll up and, you know, it's Instagram and you scroll feed and you see one thing at a time. Now, on the computer and on the web, not on the app, on the web, it's a single item at a time. Now, I prefer to share from the computer or my iPad if Jay's computer, you know, because I have the mouse and it's easier for me to click, 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 share, share. And I have been finding it way more difficult to get a bunch of Posh love in. You know, it's like when I'm used to just going share, share. Oh, that's cute. Share, share, share. And kind of going down like rows after rows. Now I'm like share, scroll, share. It's I can see that also being a little bit more difficult for window shopping. You know, you're not seeing like a bunch of stuff in front of you. And I can see people losing interest. I definitely don't like the upgrade to the newsfeed whatsoever. So I agree with you, Barbara. Maybe some people like it. I don't know why they changed that. Out of everything they could have changed, I have no idea. Love the maternity market idea, but not a fan of home goods on Posh. Yeah, no, I definitely like that because pretty much the markets, if you think about it, are just overgrown filters, right? That's all they are. You know, instead of like you filtering in your actual filters for this, or that, it's just an overgrown Insta filter. You click on a market and bam, it filters everything out. So I like the markets when I know that they're very helpful for when people use them. When the men came out, that was like the first market. They separated the men from the women. Boom. Jay was all over that. Jay's like all the time. His phone's always in the men, you know, in the men market. And then one time I think he was like, I was on his phone or something like that, and I was looking for something, so I had to switch out of the market, you know, to find something for me. Something happened like that, and then he got back on it. He's like, "There's nothing in my closet," because he went to his closet, and his closet's all men's stuff. But I was on the women's market, and he didn't realize that, and he freaked out. I would have done the same thing. Had our closet just went poof, bam, moose, and I was like, "Oops, sorry about that." But yeah, the markets are just, you know, but the home goods. We'll see how this goes. I do know that there's a lot of it already on Poshmark. So all these people are going to have to do is just switch, you know, what it is, because there's no actual place to put it. You have to put it in accessory or put it in other, you know, there's no Ray Dunn as a brand, you know, but they're going to start adding that to it. Fine Apple agrees about the newsfeed. Yes, it's very annoying. I hardly ever share now. That's one of the biggest things that now that it's like we're talking about it, that it is difficult. That's a normal thing for Poshers to do when they're trying to do like a 30-minute method, or just, you know, kind of please the algorithm gods. They're like, okay, I shared my closet. I'm going to go to my feed and share some of my PFF's closets, just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and go eat dinner or whatever, you know. And then they sit down to go share a little bit of somebody else's stuff and from their feed. And it's just, it takes so long now. And it's almost like that's why I never liked doing it on my cell phone, because it was a single item every time you scrolled up, not like a whole bunch of items. My problem is with the men. They aren't allowed in the plus size party. I sell a lot of large men's stuff. I completely agree with this. Now, I am a firm believer in that the squeaky wheel gets fixed. You know, if you send an email to Poshmark, one person saying, hey, add men's to plus size, it might go unnoticed. But I'm sure you're not the only person that has noticed that and has said something. You know, if they get enough emails saying like, how hard would it be to allow, you know, size XXL or up or whatever, or size waist. I don't know. A plus size men's waist would be like what, 38 or plus, or, you know, like what, how hard would it be to do? Okay. Now men can do it too. I get you're not going to share men's stuff to maternity or best in kids, but plus size. Yeah, definitely. Bigger men's clothes usually do pretty well too. So they shouldn't be discriminated against the plus size party. I agree. Completely agree. Posh needs to have a special category for pet products like clothes, etc. now, since so many people are already selling pet clothes as well as pet carriers, dog beds, etc. So that's still technically prohibited. You know, that's not home good, and it's not our wearable fashion. That's why there's no actual place, you know, like when you go to select your categories, it's not pet. Okay, carrier. Okay, this. There's no category for it. And if there's no category for it, that should be a big red flag right there. I could care either way about that. I am the first person to look at a dog in a trench coat walking down the street and coo at it. You know, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at that doggy. I am the first person to go like, all squealy and look how cute that dog looks. I don't have a dog. I definitely have dressed my cat. Hunter cat has been dressed up as Santa many times, but I wouldn't care if they allowed that. They allowed it, but right now there's no place for it. Robin, she gives me so many emojis. I love it. So now I go to all women's categories and share from there. Oh, okay. I've been doing most of my sharing just from the parties. It's easier now that the newsfeed has changed. And I kind of feel bad. I follow a lot of people. A lot of people follow me. I've been up since 2013. So my news was like humongous, so I had a very easy time sharing from it and finding things I like to share. And now it's just, I feel like I'm not giving the posh love to the people that like I always have, because they kind of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, Yvette Wood says, I have all big men's clothes and I've only sold one shirt. Yeah, I could see that being an issue because not so many eyes are on them, but big clothes usually sell very well. You guys liking this? I hope so. There's 96 of you watching. If the video feed is still I completely apologize for that. If you are enjoying the content and it's getting your gears going and we're all thinking about the deeper meaning of what's the future for us, I know that, yes, obviously we're going to be seeing a lot more home goods pop up in our feed. And not just in our feed. Eventually there's going to be a party for it, right? Think about it. Now you see petite party. Now you see maternity party. There's been a plus size party. There's men's party. There's kids parties. Pretty much most of the markets have some form of party to it once a week or something, or like almost once a week, in rotation. So Jay knew the men's party like by heart, like what days they were on. Mondays and Fridays, men's party or whatever. I believe that's it. Don't quote me. But they added maternity into like the 7 o'clock here rotation. And so it pushed the men's party over an extra day and it like completely messed with them. But yeah, I could definitely see like you're going to be seeing a lot more stuff and you might be using the markets more because what if you don't care to look at home goods? What if you don't care to see that in your feed? You're not gonna. Oh, okay. Robin did mean those little wraps that like are fake nails, but not fake nails. I've used those once. So if you haven't done so already, definitely there's a link. The first link in the description below is our email list. You will receive a 6-part Poshmark email to you 1 day a week. It'll show you how we run a Poshmark business out of our house. As you see, this is actually a studio space right here for Jay. So yeah, we run our whole business out of our house and you get 1 email a day and you stay up to date in anything that's going on with us. So first link in the description gets you on that list. 101. Ooh, I'm doing good. It's all about the coffee. Yeah, that sells plus size women's clothes very well. Me too. I do pretty well. Thrift Snob says, why take Poshmark to Canada if we can't shop or ship there, but share closets? I'm not sure how this will work. So I know that there is definitely kinks to be worked out. I went to Posh Fest the past 2 years in a row. And this past year in Texas, we were talking to Manish. They had just announced, like, we're going to go worldwide eventually. First stop, Canada. It was a big thing. And me and Jay were talking to Manish after this big announcement. And, he said there's definitely a lot of things that they have to work out still. And there's people on it, because the shipping isn't the same. We do use USPS, United States is the US. So when you're shipping worldwide, it's going to get a little tricky, especially with the cost and exchange rate. And the one good thing, one of the good things, not the one good thing, but one good thing about Poshmark is they never want to put that on the seller. They don't want you sitting there going, oh my goodness, I got a sale in Canada. What am I going to do about it? You don't have to worry. Once they figure all of it out, all you're going to have to do is slap a label on it and ship it. I am 100% sure they want it to be that simple. And Manish made that very clear to me and Jay when we were talking to him that, once we go to Canada, all the systems are going to be in place. So I know that they're going to have like, I know 2 people already that have gotten chosen to speak in Canada. They're doing kind of like a launch party type stuff. That's pretty cool, you know, going up to Canada to do that and just talk about Poshmark. But that means that they're working out all of the logistics like that, stuff that we don't have to worry about. You know, I know it sounds a little, how are we going to ship to Canada? But you don't got to worry about it. Once they say go, you go, you know, and I know they will do that for us. Hope all is well with Ty and Jay. Yes, Robin. The only reason that Jay is not here tonight is he's upstairs with the baby. Our mother-in-law usually comes by, has some baby time, but she has a life as well, you know, so she needed the night. And we have a backup babysitter. She's in Cape Cod. So, hey, it happens, you know, we have a child. So one of us had to be up there. It was a thought originally for me to do like 15 minutes and then Jay come down, hand me the baby and like switch off. But you get me. Joseph Jones says, I imagine it will be like the eBay global shipping program. Yeah, I think that might be, you know, where they got their idea from, because with the global shipping program, those of you who don't know, on eBay, you pretty much get an address in Kentucky. Yes, the right keyword. Okay. you get an address in the United States and you wrap your package and you ship it in the United States. So whatever it is to ship from you to, you know, you here to there. And then eBay takes the package and sends it off to the country that it's going to. And they take care of like all the custom forms and all that stuff, you know? So that's very simple. So yeah, I would imagine that, you know, since Poshmark makes everything so easy for the seller to get their item to the buyer, that they're probably going to have something very similar in place, but something that we don't have to think about. We don't have to worry about it. We don't have to like do anything special. Like I said, it's just going to be like print, slap a label on and go look down and go, oh, wow, Canada, huh? Thank you, Robin. She gives me lots of heart emojis. That'd be cool. GSB is awesome. I know some people use it. I use it. We use it when we sell on our eBay stores. And I've never not used it, so I don't have much to compare it to. I know that there's some people, like especially like on Instagram, I know some people don't use the global shipping program because apparently the people in other countries get charged an arm and a leg for the shipping. It is what it is. I still ship overseas. You know, I get a global shipping probably 2 or 3 times a month, and I have nothing to compare that to. So I can't say, hey, if I took the time to, you know, do customs and all that stuff and ship it on my own, would that change? Would I be shipping twice as much overseas? I have no idea. I have no idea. It is what it is. I like it. I'm not going to leave it. You know, I have no reason to leave the global shipping program, but I feel the same thing's going to happen with Poshmark. When we do ship internationally, it's just going to be easy breezy, no problem whatsoever. Also, big thank you for your measurement videos. It's not easy to get specific videos on YouTube for stuff like that. How to list a dress on Poshmark. Super appreciate you. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, some stuff that some people take for granted. Like when I'm coming up with video ideas, I'm like, maybe someone hasn't thought of this before, you know? Everyone starts somewhere. You're welcome about the measurements. Measurements are super important. So I'm already 5 minutes over talking about, you know, going to Canada, all these changes for Poshmark, all this stuff that's going to happen soon. Some of it's just me thinking about it. I think they are definitely trying to go public, you know, an IPO. I definitely think that's why all this has been happening. Or, you know, it's kind of like one of the many dominoes. And when they're all stacked up, Poshmark's just like, whoo, beautiful things are happening, you know. I think that's their plan anyway. You know, it's a business. And Manish is a very smart man. And he runs it as best as he can. And, you know, I love it. You know, this is why we have this channel. I sell on multiple platforms. But what's the platform I talk like 98% about? Poshmark. Right? That's why you guys are here. I That's all. I love it no matter what. I hope it doesn't change so much that ever changes. I don't see it. You know, it's just sink or swim. If you don't like it, get out. If you don't mind it, just learn to live with it. You know, change is constant. That's life. Things change, you know, and unless you're like 92 and you can't you know, things are changing and you can't figure out where's my old remote. I can only work that remote. Yeah, like you have to adapt. And adapting is how you're going to survive and maintain and continue to grow your business, right? But we can still vent to each other. That's why we have these lives. We could still vent. I like this. I hate this. I'm not excited about that. You know, so that's why we do this. Comments are awesome. You guys are awesome. If you guys have any more questions, I'm about to wrap it up in like a minute or so. I'm already a few minutes over, but I love you that much, you know. Christine says she's just here from a pretty face. Thank you. Oh, yeah. The glasses kind of hide how tired I am. Baby was like very finicky sleeper last night. He's been doing very well. He's almost 4 months old. But last night was just go to sleep, kid, and stay asleep. One of those nights. Robin says good night to me, Ty, and to Jay. I will pass that along. I know Jay is up there with the baby, and I think he has this with him going too. He said he's going to watch as I was talking. So he heard you, Robin, or he heard me say that. So everybody, I'm going to wrap it up. I want you guys to go make some sales. Right now, it's offers to likers. Some people do that. Some people don't. Me, I send out offers when I can. Hey, go make some sales. Have a killer week. It's a 3-day weekend. Most people, we got the Memorial Day. Go rack up all that money and have an awesome weekend. Go to barbecues. Have an extra hot dog or hamburger. 'Tis the season. And everybody, have a great night. Bye, guys.